Hey guys, just doing a little video tonight about the setting up the dies, pistol dies in a progressive press from Hornady. And it's just kind of something I was looking for when I was getting interested in reloading. And I'm just going to put one together here and post it so anybody else that might be interested comes along can have something to reference back to. Let me get the camera set up and we'll get it started then. Alright, first off, I need to put the shell holder in place here. Just take the center bolt out. And this shell plate will do, of course, it does various stuff. I think it can do certain pistols and pistols and certain rifles. And of course, they don't have anything on their package there, but I know it does 40s and 40 Smith & Wesson and 10 millimeter. That's all I was real concerned with. Alright. I will say this tool right here comes in very handy. Alright. If you don't get that center bolt tight, it'll start working loose with you. Then the plate tumbles around. Alright, so we got that in there. We can go up and start doing the putting the dies in. And we'll give you a rundown on that as well. Alright guys, here's my die set from Hornady. And of course this is the sizer and deprimer. Then you have the expander, so it'll expand the mouth of the casing to set your bullet down in. And then your seater to seat the bullet down into the depth that you want it. And it also has the crimp if you want to use a crimp. Most of the time for the ammunition for just target practice and stuff, I won't even mess with that. It just works the brass. So let's go ahead and get these ready to set up. Alright guys, the Hornady lock and load progressive takes these bushing sleeves right here that go down in. It's just a quick release for the dies. Once you get your dies set up, these are designed just to stay on your dies, so they're just quick change. And we'll start with the sizer here. This is station 1 on this press, so we'll get it put down in there, and you just pull the handle of the press up to where it's at the highest point, and you run it in here until it actually makes contact with the shell holder. There we go. Okay, and then just tighten this lock ring that's right here on top of it. I'll put a little bit of a torque on there with the wrench to get it to lock into that bushing real good. And then tighten this set screw down inside of there. Alright, the second station takes the expander die, and we actually need to get a casing put in there for this one. And go ahead and stick the case in there. I'll run that one through the sizer. And then on the second station, you run this down until it just touches the opening on the brass, pretty much till it just till it touches, till it stops. Alright, right there it is. Alright, and this is going to be user specific. You need to raise the ram just a little bit, or lower the ram I should say, and you just give it a small increase, tighten down, and till you get the actual bell effect on the casing that you want, so that you can actually stick your bullet down inside the brass in this manner. And right there, this isn't the brass that was in the press. This is just a casing I had set here that's already spent. And because otherwise when it resizes, it just comes down and stops on the brass. And let me bring this out. And here, you see, because since that was through the sizer, it's already pulled it in to where it won't seat in that. So I'll bring that up again. Alright guys, I finally got that set up, and what it does is it opens the mouth of that up just enough to where you can get the bullet started in there. And then once your powder is put in on this station, when it gets over here and the bullet goes to seat, you just kind of just drop it in there and it'll shove it up and seat it in there. So let's go ahead and get the seating die set up. Alright guys, went ahead and I have the case, the 10mm case in here. You need it to screw this down against. You have to run it in until it just touches the mouth of the case right there. And I will take this, and once it touches, you need to back it out one full turn. So I just marked my spot there with the gap in that lock ring. Turn it back real slow. Alright, one full turn. Hold on to the die there real good. Wrench. Yeah. Okay, and luckily the lock ring is very easily accessible on this one. Alright, and this is your bullet adjuster, where it'll adjust how deep the bullet goes down in the casing. Alright, and the longest on the 10mm, the book says the max overall length on the cartridge, that's with the bullet and everything, is going to be 1.26 inches. So we need to set the bullet down in there, just right in on top of the casing, and raise it up, and you just screw this. You can loosen this top ring up here, this lock ring for the adjustment, and okay, and it is run in. I'm just doing this roughly because I know it's way out of spec right there. And this here's a factory load, and you can see how far the reload is right now. So we still have a little ways to turn this. I'm just pulling it down and looking at it. Still believe that's a little bit too long, but we'll pull out the caliper here. Alright, we're right at 1.3005. Alright. There's going to be a little bit closer this time. Alright, we're right at 1.26 inches. I'll just go ahead and do it just a smidgen more. Lock that down. I don't like keeping them right at the longest, the maximum length. Usually I try to get it in there about 0.005, and I'm at 0.0045. Okay, one more try on it. Alright, 1.254, and that's where I'd be roughly comfortable with it. And the actual, what's the factory have theirs set at? 1.2525. So really 1.254, and I know these will probably vary. 1.251. Alright, so that's what you do. Let me go ahead and set the powder charge in here. Like I said, this is already set up for the 10mm here. Alright, whenever you get a 10mm case, we'll push up from the bottom, just like this is a die. It has a mechanism that just pushes up, and then this arm is pointed this way. This is an adjustment. It will hold your powder charge where it comes in through this neck right here, right at the top of the screen there. See, that's a little bit better. Right in here, your powder charge comes from the top down through the little funnel neck into that, and whenever the brass comes up, you can see it just takes that little charge and basically dumps it down the chute into the cartridge, and then you move right on. It just keeps doing it over and over. Alright guys, well that's just the finished product, and I hope at least it helps somebody. And now I get to do a little bit of reloading to some 10mm here shortly. So thanks for watching, guys.